white cloak to right.
Welcome everybody to the haters edition of the Wheel of Time season 3 trailer. So I've
so much hate.
So much hate. I've got legendary lore expert with me here, Dain Bornhold, to break this down, and we're gonna kind of call out what we see, call out what's terrible, and maybe if there's anything positive, we might talk about that, but probably not.
No, well, our hope is essentially that we don't pluck out our own eyes by the end of this. I might lose an eye and attain full mathood, but this is going to be bad.
There you go. The expectations are not high. So I got the first still up here. Dain, what are we seeing here? This has got to be Rhuidean, right?
Yes. So city in the clouds, although it's like maybe that makes sense. It's in a valley. We're seeing a number of spears in between where our characters are standing and this city in the clouds. I think this is reminiscent of the Aiel that gets sent into Rhuidean can't go armed, so they stake their spears in the ground. Nothing like this is described in the books, but whatever. Now, my question for you, Alex, is how many of the characters do you think you can name from this back shot?
I am confident in 4. I am confident in Rand in the middle, Moiraine to his left wearing the mat hat.
Yep.
Rhuarc, I'm going to say, to Rand's right with the spears over his shoulders.
Would make sense, but you never know if they fuck that up in this show.
Could very well be Soralia for all we know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to say that's Lan with the terrible boots behind Rand and Rhuarc.
Yeah, he's the one other than Rand with the sword on his back. It looks like that guy's got a sword at his side, which would make it Lan. For the rest, I would be guessing that one of the maidens we see here is Avienda. And the Gaishine in white, there's 2 of them, it looks like, are probably actually wise ones. I don't think we're going to see Gaishine at all, and that cultural practice is probably going to be expunged from the show.
I tend to agree. I'm curious your thoughts. Do you think we get a Gwaine here? Do you think this is a Gwaine kind of off to the left?
It's possible, but the more that I've been thinking about the wider context of season 3, it would not surprise me that this show accelerates the Egwene storyline and she never goes to the Aiel Waste, and they just make her Amyrlin this year.
God, that would be grim. I'm not sure I agree with you there. I think she's definitely out in the waste, but I would not be surprised if we get her accepted test. And in fact, I'm pretty confident we do. Another thing, and this is just because I do 3D CAD renderings. Did you notice that this is perfectly mirrored?
In what way?
If you draw a line right down the middle from Moiraine's hat, it is identically mirrored left and right.
That is so fucking cheap. I did not notice that.
Yep.
So they basically animated one side and then just said, "Okay, let's flip it," and they did it. Well, that's why this is coming out in March, I guess.
Yep.
They cut some corners somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah. Holy shit! Yeah, it is. There could be a reason for that, but I doubt it was anything beyond saving on the CGI budget.
Right, have to work. Might as well go with it.
Well done.
So sorry. Let's take this one back. Right here, we're not optimistic enough to think this is Moiraine falling through the twisted door frame, are we?
Not at this point. What I think the focus of the show is going to be, because it has been for 2 seasons so far, it always focuses on Moron and Aes Sedai.
Yep.
I think we're going to get her her traveling through the Terangrial that she visited in Rhuidean or Rhuidean off screen in the books, which showed her alternate lives and the ones that succeed. I don't know when there was an upside down cocaine party, but clearly that's kind of what's going on here.
Yep. For the record, I 100% agree with you. I think this is her in Rhuidean. The cocaine kind of matches some of the stuff we saw in the poster with Rand carrying her. So, yep, I tend to agree.
But everything upside down that we see, there are numerous shots that come up in this trailer with her being upside down. I think it's all related to that vision that she has.
Yep, I tend to agree. All right, right here.
This is a grand white tower shot. It's got to be within. I don't know why we are seeing this, but like Aes Sedai statues never described. This is a more grand shot of within the white tower that we've ever seen before. So it makes no sense. But I think this is where the season is going to start, with the 50-year-old women shredding each other, and it's going to be terrible.
See, my theory with this one is this is Age of Legends Aes Sedai. This is Rand seeing either the fight between the men and the women about Luce Theron, the final strike at Shaiol Ghul, or this is the Aes Sedai telling the Aiel to bail out of there with the Terangrial and head to the waste.
That's an interesting possibility, but I simply don't think that's going to be a focus of this show, because that would make us have to follow Rand through his visions through Rhuidean, rather than Moron. So I think this is the setup, like Aes Sedai walking to the hall of the tower, getting ready for 50-year-old women to shred each other, which they're so excited about.
They are indeed excited for that. See, I actually do think we're going to get the Rand visions this season.
No, he's a side character in his own show. Like,
I agree. I do think he's a side character, but we also gave Leandrin the second most lines last season. So clearly they
she's going to have a lot here. So just watch.
I'm actually curious. Do you think Matt is like in this season? Like, because the Elida is going to have so much screen time.
You mean they're going to give Shagadoosh Boogaloo all the dialogue?
Yeah,
that makes sense. I have a theory for her later, but I think what we're seeing in the teaser is probably shots that are limited to the first 3 episodes that'll all drop on the same night. So Elida might not even be introduced as a character until later in the season, precisely after the big hubbub that they're going to make about Leandrin having this battle and this fight. Perhaps Swan's incapacitated. She's not going to get deposed in a coup, because that would have to imply she did something wrong, which she hasn't so far. So I'm trying to work in some of the changes from season 1 and season 2 and cascade them through. But the reason for there being a coup d'etat in the White Tower doesn't actually seem that legitimate. I think they're just going to go straight to Swan gets stilled by Leandrin in this fight coming up, is no longer Aes Sedai, and then the choice is between Elida or Egwene.
Interesting.
Completely stupid, but that's how you can compress the plot line.
I got you. So right here, my prediction is this is Moiraine sensing the shredding happening.
Yes, and remember, so they're going to build this up with several minutes of melodramatic music and teary, emotional shit, because if you recall from season 1, she's forbidden from returning to the tower.
Yep.
So
but
even though she
can't hang out outside,
she wants nothing more to go back and save her beloved tattoo child Swan Sanche, but can't. So, our heart aches for Moron. Even though the whole reason this battle is happening now is because her sister was too fucking stupid to also report that Leandrin was a dark friend.
Yeah. I 100% agree. I think that's a great read. I forgot about that. You're not allowed to come back to the tower, so she's going to look on sadly from the outside.
Yeah, with Rand, who is also in Tarvalon for some reason.
Yeah, I actually think this is Rand in the bottom right hand corner here. Got the sword over his shoulder. You can see him kind of come in.
It would honestly make sense that he's out of focus and out of frame in a show about him.
Right. That seems to be their case here. Past Rand.
Yeah, see, I don't know if this is an alternate history or an alternate vision of a future. I don't think it would be a past Rand, like in his own vision where he's an Aiel character. I think this would be like a scary Darth Rand vision that Moron is having, because that's going to be the focus of this whole part of the show. It's all from her perspective. She's the main character.
Even with the kind of futurist getup here, you think we go to?
Well, it's in a tent. It might be in the waist. He's grown his hair out, but yeah, this is him like being on Team Lanfear kind of nonsense, if I can imagine it.
So yeah. I disagree with you here. I think this is past Rand. I think this is Rand's ancestors being given the task of taking the Terangrials out of.
See, I don't even think we're going to get that. And if we recall from the books, that the time difference between because the first memory that the Aiel get when they go through the columns is like several thousand years past, because it's right when the Aiel are basically in the waste. Yep. You go a lifetime back and they've just crossed the dragon wall kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't look like himself unless the show is retarded and is going to do that kind of throughout.
They've already said that Stradowski will be playing all of his ancestors in the Rhuidean visions.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So the Rand's actor will be playing all of his ancestors in the Rhuidean visions.
Oh fuck! All right, so you have more of a basis for your. I hate this. Keep going.
All right.
Obligatory shot of land. There's no.
Yeah, right. For the contract.
Yep. A lot of clouds for the waist, though.
Yep. Leandrin at her dark friend to get together.
Yeah, this looks a lot more like Dark Friends than it would be Aes Sedai, just given the surroundings and the costumes of everybody else.
Yep.
But
I think this is
not clever enough to like hide her face, or the fact that she's got an Aes Sedai ring on the wrong hand. But whatever.
Plus it's got a black gem.
Oh, for fuck's sake! It could be dark red. Who knows?
We think this is a midget behind her, right?
I don't know if she's in. I don't know if the midget is in frame yet, but we could see Smail in a couple more. Just off to her right, our left.
Yep. I think this is the same scene as from that we see Magidian later in the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're in agreement. This is Tanchico. They go
well, so it could be. So you raise an interesting point. If they're going to do if they're going to do this as Dark Friends, perhaps these are her black sisters, and they fled the tower after shredding.
That's what I'm assuming here, because I don't see any men here. This all appears to be women.
Well, let's just wait for the midget.
Yeah, right. But that could just be how this show chooses to do things.
Oh, fuck. Wait. Do you think they're going to make Tiny Sedai of the Brown Aja a Dark Friend?
I don't think so. I actually don't start laughing until I finish. I think there's actually going to be a second evil Aes Sedai midget.
Okay.
Elaine putting her crown on backwards.
Or sideways, which would be worse.
Yeah. My prediction here is this is actual real real in the story, and that Elida comes to the tower after Morghese kind of goes goo goo over Robin.
It's a possibility.
And she brings Gawain Galad and the crown, which she gives to Elaine.
It's just dumb enough to work.
That just seems to be the easiest way to get everybody there without having to actually show Camelin. I could also be Egwene is doing her accepted test, and she's sad that Elaine is going to be more powerful than her.
You know what? As dumb as I think that would be to basically do the accepted test for Nynaeve and Egwene and Elaine and show all of them and build it all out as like a waste of time. That's exactly what they would do, and then they would give Matt just as much screen time proportionally in this trailer as he gets in the entire season.
That actually makes so much sense. I didn't even think about Elaine getting an accepted test.
Well, she has one in the books, but
I know
it's off screen and it's apparently terrible. Yeah, I don't think they do. I think your instinct here is correct. They're going to do more like Royal House of Andor, and it's going to be stupid.
Yeah. All right, this one right here.
Yeah.
This is definitely Elida and Lanfear, right?
No, not definitely. I think this is Hall of Tower, and it could
I agree with you. This is Hall of the Tower, the Amerlin seat. Elida sitting on the Amerlin seat talking to Lanfear.
I can't zoom in as much, but it could just as easily be Swan and Leanne, can't it?
I suppose it could be, but the robe to me looks red.
No, there's no color here.
Yeah, it's red.
You can't tell.
I'm pretty sure I've got this up on my kind of nice monitor. I see a red robe, a Sharia Agdashula bun on the Amerlin. That looks like Lanfear to me.
Swan Sanche gets weird freaking haircuts all the time.
This is true. You're not wrong. I'm wondering. My question here is there a chance this is actually Alviarin and not Lanfear, or did they combine those two characters into one?
See, on one side, I think they do combine a bunch of characters, but on the other side, we're talking about Aes Sedai, so I think they'll that's what they don't compress.
For all we know, there's a second Alviarin.
Well, they made up a number of Aes Sedai characters we never heard of before, right? Like Tiny Sedai.
This is true.
Cho Chang Sedai, although I think she was named after like a Sanderson character. But the Sanderson character she was named after, Yasika, was like not a lot. She was like a historical figure who said something tautological. And that's the only reason why Egwene remembered her.
Gotcha.
But they made her like a current day character.
Gotcha. So you think this is Swan and somebody?
Yeah, and my first shot here is like this is Swan and her keeper. But if what you're saying is this could be Shugdoogaloo Boogaloo and Lanfear, that would at least be interesting, but also stupid.
Yep. So I think this points to there actually being a Swan being deposed, which
she's not going to get to put. She's going to get defeated in the fight. She's going to be like injured, hurt, incapacitated.
You think coma? Okay, I get you.
Or killed. Who cares?
God, that would be awesome.
Yeah, what?
Oh man, Twitter would be fucking incredible that day.
Yeah.
All right, Shodan Call or bullshit desert magic?
Both.
Both? You think this is Choden Call?
Yeah.
Oh man.
As sad as this is, no statue. It's probably not even both male and female. It's probably just this thing.
I tend to
And
agree.
and honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if this is also a one-time use magic item, and Moron uses it to make it rain at Ulkerdal. And
Oh, that's so bad, but so possible.
yeah.
Oh no.
All right. Can we pause? I gotta run for a quick second.
Go for it,
Hopefully, you can
man.
take this out and
Yeah,
post. All right.
yeah, absolutely.
All right. Back in a sec.
Cool. Well, now that we're done talking about beer, do we agree with this statement? The wheel of time is blazing a new path for fantasy on television.
Yes, I agree with that. It's a new path right into fucking oblivion.
I agree. At no time does it specify that the path is going to somewhere good. So I think this is accurate by Vulture.
Yeah.
What do we think? We think this is a Gwen on the cliff, right?
No, I think this is Moron
Okay.
because and here I'm still not convinced that Egwene goes to the waste is one. I
Okay.
think this is Moron. I think Moron does most of the stuff that Rand is supposed to do in the story. And
Okay.
in this in particular, I don't know if this is going to be part of the He Who Comes with the Dawn thing, but I'd be surprised if it was.
Okay.
This could be at Alker Dal where Rand makes it rain, which is one of the prophecies he fulfills, pouring water on sand.
Yep.
I think Moron could be doing it for him because the
That's
weaves that she's pulling in here seem to be like the big ones that stretch out forever and affect the weather. And the only weather event that I can think of that happens in the waste is the pouring of water on sand.
I very reasonable.
Here,
I still think this is Egwene training, doing her kung fu kata moves, but yours is also extremely possible.
well, no, it's only extremely possible if the show is made by people who weren't complete retards. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing we need to qualify about all this. Like we're doing speculation based on the books, based somewhat on how stupid the show has been so far, but we can never gauge the stupidity angle. Like this could be this could be fucking Avienda for all we know. Like it's her first day as like Wise One trainee, and she's deciding to make it. Who freaking knows or cares?
Absolutely valid.
There we go. Egwene in the tower.
The Egwene accepted test, we think.
Absolutely. You see the broken arches that should be able to function kind of in the background. We see Swan and Leanne, I believe, here, as
Yep.
well as random Aes Sedai number 3.
Yep.
But given that the opening of the season, they say, is basically the women shredding, I think this is going to happen very early, like episode 1. Congratulations, you came back, you're accepted. I think all the repercussions from this are all this is going to be a Egwene story. I don't think she goes to the waste. I think a bunch of people get killed. Great, because I hate all these actors. I know what was said about, and on Steve's stream, he noted that like 13 women and Leandrin defeats all of them.
Yep.
I don't think that's the case. I think half or a fair balance for actually Black Aja.
Yep.
Because we know Joya Bayar, you called her Caillou Sedai, right? Because she's bald.
Yep.
She's canonically a Black Aja character in the books. Like that's where they got her name from. But if she's in the hall, like there are going to be people who turn and betray and are on Leandrin's side, and therefore it's an even fight. And if Swan Sanche is defeated to like up the drama, Moron can go and help her out. If she's no longer Amyrlin because she's either killed, stilled, incapacitated, whatever, perhaps there is a power struggle that happens as a result of this. And I don't know how they'd elevate Egwene so fast, but whatever. that's probably what happens here.
I got
We
you.
have a shitty Amerlin in Sagubadu Boogaloo,
Mhm.
and we've also got our Egwene option. And she's going to hang around the White Tower and take over. And what the hell does she need to dreamwalk for? Because they've never talked about that ever.
Very possible.
Mm-hmm. It's just dumb enough it could work.
All right. So this is just Moiraine laying around. This is her starting a vision.
This is 90% of the show so far, so we shouldn't be too surprised that we're still getting this.
Yep.
I'm moving up to Scotch.
There you go. Now it's interesting. On some of my screens I've looked at, this looks like a brown eye, and some of them it looks like a blue eye.
It's blue.
Okay.
It's Moron.
It's Moron? It's not. All right. I agree.
No one but Rosamund Pike could do that kind of acting with her eyeball.
Yep. I'm not going back. There was a brief shot of Moiraine standing up, but I don't care. This is Rand in the glass columns.
Yeah, when I first saw it, because it looked like pajama bottoms, I thought it was Lan. But yeah, taking into account how dumb it would be to put sand on the bottom of the square, but yeah, glass columns. It's probably Rand shuffling forward. They're ruining that too.
Yep.
No Muradin.
So we briefly got to see that Nynaeve still exists.
Don't care.
Yep, still alive.
She's probably this shot here is probably her, from what we heard, coming into the hall of the tower to give testimony that Liandrin is Black Aja.
God, that would actually make sense. I'm wondering if this is part of Egwene's vision quest, but no real way to tell. God,
oh, you missed it.
Fucking shots are just.
Yeah, they're terrible.
See, I think this is Rand and Egwene in the waste.
Yeah, but this could also be a type of vision thing, because do you see the snakes on the carpet around them?
Yep.
This is like a snake and foxes thing. So maybe she's in the waste, but maybe this is, who knows what this is.
So I think this is them in the waste, and the snakes are literally just the Aiel are the Navajo, and the Navajo like snakes and shit and other desert animals.
You may be right, but
okay.
We haven't seen Egwene in the waste yet, and what would she be doing there? This could be like a dream vision of hers.
Or a dream vision of Rand's.
Or who knows?
Could be anything. Shit, sorry.
Wait. What was that quote? Because I take issue with it.
We're not there yet. We have more of Rosamund Pike falling.
Does she have any cocaine around her nose this time?
I don't see any cocaine this time.
Okay. That might come later.
Could be later. I'm still hoping this is her going through the doorway.
This whiskey's taking me some time to open up.
All right.
Probably for the best.
Oh, good. Okay. It slows you down. Hey, look! Rand is training with a sword, Dain.
What the hell does he need that for?
Right.
He already trained with a mental patient. What more can he learn from fucking Pajama Boy?
Too real.
The only thing you can learn from Lan is basically how to cry and whisper talk at this point.
See, I actually think Rand is a better whisper talker than Lan.
No.
Like, these are both two masters of the craft.
You can learn to whisper talk better.
Anybody can learn to whisper talk.
Not everyone can do it well. But yeah. No.
Talk about a day late and $1 short.
And talk how the fuck is he training anyone when they got back to back? Show me your moves. So you're like, okay, let's do it back to back this time.
Right.
Oh my god! So they couldn't even get that right.
Mhm. What do we think from the legendary place of all hard hitting journalism, Decider, a triumph, a hell of a fun ride.
I kind of want to know what's said actually in that ellipsis, because it wouldn't surprise me if this is like a triumph of desecration and destruction. If you feel like giving yourself a fucking knife to the neck, this will be a hell of a fun ride.
That would be a more accurate summary. But with Decider, it was just trash. I mean, with Decider, they have
All right, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt with that, but it's like
Gotcha.
all right. So if they don't have a brain, then they actually said this. If they did, then they said what I said.
Yep. So we agree this is Rand. Do we think
And the
this
more
is
now this is Moron coming with Rand out of Rhuidean, and it's all the Aiel waiting for them. It's not really dumb. It's not really dumb, but
I'm going to be honest. I didn't realize these were people.
yeah, no, it's all these Aiel they're all CGI or whatever. It's either out of Rhuidean, but you're kind of wondering where did these sand dunes come from, and if he's he who comes with the dawn, why is he coming at like 10 in the morning? Because the shadow's not very long.
Excellent question. I'll be honest. I thought this was like stone at first, and I was gonna be like, do they think the dragon wall is a real wall? Like, but no, I think you're right. I think these are people.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's stupid, but and the reason I think is this shot here that happens where I think Moron's got similar cloth kind of thread that she's wearing here that she did in the previous shot. And I don't know if it happens before or after, but it helps to confirm that it was Rand and her returning from Rhuidean.
I tend to agree.
And this shot too is why I think those guy shine that we saw in the opening shot are actually wise ones, because they appear to be in white robes here.
I agree, and man, this I look at this shot right here, and if you showed me this,
The focus is on Moron. It's like she's the center of attention.
No, I'm just going to say, if you showed me this shot in 2018 and said, before I knew anything about this show, this is a shot of Rand and Moiraine meeting the Wise Ones, I probably would have been like, hey, that doesn't look bad. Like we're in the ballpark, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think they were intense, but like, I'd be asking, where's Matt?
That is an excellent question. Where's Matt? Where's Lan? But
where's Egwene?
Right. Where's the dignity? But yeah. Anyway, Evendazora.
Yep.
Right. All right. Cool. Rand in blue again. Dead Rand in a vision.
Yeah, this goes upside down. Is this a Moron as Amyrlin? Or is this a Lanfear?
I think this is Moron as Amyrlin.
It's stupid, whatever he is, and we know it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
because it's going upside down, and it's showing an event we know doesn't happen. This is like an alternate future.
Yep.
That, yeah, disregard. They're basically taking their license to like write the story that they want to write. They want to write original stuff. They don't want to adapt what's in the books. This is the best avenue. So it wouldn't surprise me we get 2 full fucking episodes of Moron going through a vision quest.
Very likely. You think this is Avienda or just a regular maiden?
It wouldn't surprise me the other way, but like give them benefit of the doubt that they aren't completely retarded and say it's Avienda.
Okay. Lanfear smooching on Rand.
Yep. Although this could be a shot from season 2. I don't know if this is season 1 thing, but don't care. Terrible.
Don't care. Moving on. Lanfear again.
Terrible.
And I don't know what's going on with my video here, but this is somebody choking Moiraine. I'm assuming you're familiar with this shot.
It's Lanfear choking Moiraine. See if you can maybe back up your video a little bit.
Give it.
Yeah, it's Lanfear choking Moron. So, in essence, she's also taking this part of Rand's plot, which I don't get. Where it's just like, and because the shot goes to that upside down thing, that's where I think it's all like her quest vision of alternate histories or whatnot. But it's all about Moron.
I agree.
Nothing to do with her, but now all of a sudden Lanfear is jealous and choking her out. I don't.
Right. I have an alternate theory to this one.
Oh God, maybe it's bad. Okay, go ahead.
Is it possible this is a flashback and this is Elida trying to get Moiraine to channel in the White Tower?
No, because you're using logic, and that makes no sense here.
Okay, I'm just speculating, but I agree. I do think this is more Lanfear choking her out.
Yeah, because you can't explain Elida here in the desert like this.
Well, I mean, it could just be two separate scenes, but
two completely separate, unrelated scenes, but they work well together in a montage of, I don't know.
What can I say, man? Apparently, Rafe really likes choking. Okay, like.
Oh man.
I lost one.
Yeah, so we're back.
Lanfear slits Moraine's throat in the Vision world, in the White Tower.
Well, Tarvalon at least.
Or Tarvalon, yeah.
Blood splattering out, upside down world, alternate futures. Yeah, stupid.
Fake and gay. All right. So what do we think of what do we think of this premise of Moiraine goes into Rhuidean, sees a bunch of visions, and she sees 1,000 futures, and in every future where she lives, Rand dies.
Good.
And in every one where she dies, Rand lives. On top of it being a blatant ripoff of Avengers with Doctor Strange. I mean, what are we doing here?
Well, we're taking all the flicker alternate lives that happened in the Great Hunt that they skipped over. They're giving it all to Moron, and they're giving it all to her as being like the ultimate insight and what she needs to do. Whereas from what we know about what the Aiel Wise Ones learn in Rhuidean when they go on this vision, is most of the memories or the lives, whatever that they leave, they fade, but they get a sense of a couple of them. And in Crossroads of Twilight, for example, when Elaine and Avienda are having a bath, and I know you probably have never read this chapter, or you read the first 5 words of it and said, oh, this thing again, and you skipped it through.
Yep, I heard Kate Redding's voice and I skipped to the next.
Yeah. This is the chapter where they sense Sidene and they sense Sidar being used in a massive quantity out in the west. So we know that this is the cleansing of the taint moment. But Avienda prevents Elaine for like the only time in the whole series from doing something retarded and going to try and help Rand, because Avienda relays she went to Rhuidean, she lived these alternate visions, and this is one memory that stuck with her. She only has a pair of them or a couple of them. But what she knows is at this point, we need to stay away because if we go to it, it ends in disaster.
Mhm.
That's essentially the wisdom that gets bequeathed to future wise ones from this ordeal. Most of it fades, but they keep kind of the key essential elements in their head.
Yep.
What Moron is portraying here is basically she's the only one that lived the flicker lives, and now she knows all ultimate ends and knows what she needs to do.
Fake and gay.
Main character, fake and gay. Oh
Okay.
God.
This is clearly what is this bitch's name?
Alana
Alana.
with her
Alana.
new Ivon and Rafe's cum dumpster.
Wait, we have a new Ivan?
Yeah, he got recast.
Is that the same guy?
It's not, because he's been recast. He's also carrying a sword now instead of the bow and arrow that he used to have.
You're right. They swapped out the black one.
Probably because he's going to die. Although they could kill off Maxim, which would be even better, or they could kill off both.
God, that would be incredible.
And maybe Alana then just basically mind rapes Rand while he's in the city. And then it's forgivable because Rand is probably like, oh, Alana, you lost both your warders. Bond me.
God, that would be so incredibly lame.
Yeah, but it's something the show could potentially do.
I'm not arguing with you, man.
No,
we're in agreement. This is after Leandra and bitches Sawan and is escaping the
she's
White Tower.
trying to. Yep, she's trying to escape.
This one right here. This is Rand, Bubble of Evil.
So this is definitely reminiscent of the Tyr Bubble of Evil scene.
Yep.
I think this is still done in Tar-Valon.
I would agree.
And maybe there's a Bubble of Evil, or maybe they'll just portray him as being kind of out of control. Who knows? Who cares?
Gotcha. I would agree with that. The absolutely terrible El Cardal. How are we feeling about this one, man?
I think you got to move our screen off to the side so we can get a good look at
those tats,
at those arms.
Let's see. How do I do that? There we go.
Yeah. It's got golden forearms.
We got some tats down here. Some tribal tats.
In fucking gold ink.
They're
like
terrible. Just awful.
It's gotta be Ruidan.
Yep.
I don't know why they have stairs and frickin' seats, and I don't know why there are 8 of them. This sucks so hard because the other thing is, like, why did the Aiel gather at El Cardal, right? It's because if you stood on the ridge and you spoke down into the bowl, you could be heard.
Yeah.
They're like literally at the lowest point in the bowl here because they're at the bottom of these steps.
Yep.
And they're speaking up to assembled. I hate it. I hate it so much.
You know, shame on me when I heard, El Cardal described, I was thinking like Lambeau Field or, the big house at Michigan. I was not.
You should be thinking the frickin' Behringer crater in Arizona.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. And we got they found a fucking depression between a couple of sand dunes in Morocco and decided to build this thing. It's so fucking pathetic.
Yeah. I talk about a lack of scale. Just terrible. More Lanfear. More
There you go. There's Alkir Dal. A meteor struck like right here, and it blew all of 10 feet away because the meteor was the size of a fucking pebble.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I didn't realize I was supposed to be thinking meteor crater, but that makes way more sense. I enjoy talking to you about this stuff, Dain. Every time I talk to you, I learn something more about this series. But you're right. 8 seats.
Meteor crater is only my freaking headcanon, but yeah, eight seats because eight is apparently the new magic 13.
Gotcha. What are we thinking as far as am I correct? Does this look like a woman here?
Well, here's the other thing. Are Aiel clans ruled by clan chiefs or by wise ones?
I strongly suspect the answer is both.
All right. Pause again because I broke the seal, but when we come back, let's discuss and maybe go back to the previous shot about who's actually seated. Because if the wise ones are the ones who are seated, it implies that they are the ones that run the clans. All right, I'm back.
You're back. All right.
So Alex, can you go back a shot or two to like where we saw them before?
Yep. So right here.
Okay. So it looks like, at least here, that the people seated are clan chiefs because they're not in the white guy shine robes that we assume are going to be wise ones.
I would agree.
That's a positive.
Yep.
But what we got here, potentially one of them, although I don't think is a woman.
You don't think this is a woman?
Because it's noted in the story that there's like one clan chief who's actually a lot shorter than like regular Aiel. But what I want to know,
I'm not talking height. Those are some
why is there a perfect white square?
That's because my video is shit. That's not actually there. That's the bad video.
All right. Bad vid? Okay, yep. So it's not. So we also know from Alkir Dal that not all the clans were able to show up in time. So them showing some empty scenes is probably correct, although having 8 is not correct, but who cares? I think it's fair to say male clan chiefs, they took some of the seats, some of them couldn't arrive, and what we have there down below is,
all right.
Rand and Ruidan showing off their forearms.
Cool. Well, all right. Let the record reflect that Dain is giving the show the benefit of the doubt on something. Never say we're true haters.
I am, though.
All right.
That's Galad or Gawain. One of the two.
That's Galad.
We saw the casting. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. By the way, the casting for Galad, absolutely incredible. This dude is super based.
Oh yeah, they tried to cancel him, huh?
Wait, what? Why is he in the show then?
Well, the fans were very, very upset about him being in the show after discovering some of his tweets.
Were they as upset as like Dain Bornhald? Maybe.
There were, I feel like Dain Bornhald was kind of responded to positively. But no, this dude had a couple of very strong pro Ron DeSantis tweets back in primary season, and it was spicy over on that side of the internet.
Yeah, but Ron DeSantis is like Trump light. Anyways.
Anybody who wants to see the Dain versus Alex, DeSantis versus Trump discussion needs to join the Discord.
Not
because we're not having that one here. But anyway, this is Galad. I see accepted and novices in the background splooging out. So Again? All right. Do we? I'm noticing that there's trees in the background here. In the season 2 training yard, it was all sand.
It was the hall of the tower with like 10 sandbags thrown around the ground. That's what it was.
Yep.
This one, I guess they added some foliage, but it's not outside like it should be. But whatever.
Nope.
Do you think we're gonna get Matt versus Gawain and Galad?
Is it weird to say yes? Like this seems to imply yes.
It's like we heard the fans. We're gonna correct a mistake, and we'll give you this scene that should have been in like the last season, and now you'll get it.
Yep, I think that's actually probably very much what it was. Is
Especially
were big mad.
Like this Galad actor that you can't stand because he tweeted for Ron DeSantis. Don't worry, our noble Matt is gonna beat the shit out of him.
Yep. Yeah.
And you'll be able to cheer. He'll like beat him down and be like, refugees are immigrants too.
Yeah. My only question right here is this guy right here. He's got a red jacket and what looks to be a gold lion on it.
Are you sure that's the guy? It might just be a woman with a 5 o'clock shadow.
70-30. But do we think this is just an Andoran guard kind of here to make sure that the prince doesn't get roughed up too much?
Maybe. So I do like the accepted or novices in the background clutching their hands because they can't let Galad get hurt.
He's so dreamy.
Exactly.
Lan doing sword fighting shit against nobody. All right. Big time discussion. God. Big time discussion on this one. I am sorry. I don't know what is going on with this video right now.
It's just as shitty as the video itself.
Okay. So, a big time discussion we were having on Steve's. Do we think this is Perrin? Because this does not look like Perrin to me. These are some thin hips and thin forearms for this to be Perrin.
The skin tone's a little light. Plus, he doesn't know how to do any forging. Plus, he didn't actually forge the axe like Master Luhan did.
Yep.
So maybe it's an old Master Luhan who is like. So Perrin comes back, right? And let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Perrin is the only one who basically doesn't join Moron to return to Tarvalon to do shit. He's like, I gotta go back to the 2 rivers.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do things by my wife. I'm so angry. And then like he shows up and holy shit, there's a bunch of stuff going wrong. And he becomes Tavir and does stuff. And then in this shot, it's Master Luhan, who used to be the town cartwright, but since Layla got killed by Perrin, has promoted himself to town blacksmith, is now deciding, I will forge an axe for Lord Perrin.
See, I would agree with you with the exception of the fact that I think it's going to be Luhan's wife.
Yeah, it could be Mistress Luhan. I think that's right.
That's the prediction.
Okay.
Min.
Now, is that Min or is that Liana? No, wait, it is Min.
That's Min.
And there's a fucking there's a gazelle in the background.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know why there's a gazelle in the background.
It's like an ibex or what? Okay. From what came out of drunken discussion that I can remember when I went through this with Steve and Salty and Techmax, this could be Tanchico and all the weird shit that Tanchico has, right? Because they have that whole like Panarch's palace with like all the different. We've had a fucking elephant skeleton in there and a bunch of other shit, right?
You think this is Weird Shit Museum?
I think this is Weird Shit Museum where they find the sad bracelets and one of the seals of the Dark One's prison. No, wait, they can't find the seal of the Dark One's prison because that doesn't exist. Because the Dark One was never sealed away. It was only the Forsaken sealed away, and those were all busted at the end of season 2. So fuck off. This is basically, yeah. Let's just throw in Min with a gazelle, ibex in the background. Stupid.
Has Min always had the terrible chest tats, by the way?
This is kind of what I'm wondering. Is she also sea folk like Swan Sanche apparently is? Who is?
Excellent question.
Maybe she's Tyrant. Who gives a shit? It's just like,
I have so many questions.
Questions that I don't want answered.
Hey, look, it's Matt.
Yeah, for all of half a second in this whole prologue.
And then he's gone. So then we have
Mogedi and Leandra.
Yeah, so I'm thinking this is a continuation of that same scene we saw before.
Or this precedes the scene we saw before. But in either case, I think it's probably the same scene.
I would agree. Dain, did you know that she's from Barcelona?
I knew she was from Spain, but I didn't know that she was from Barcelona.
Yeah, I don't know why. For whatever reason, every time Rafe is asked about this actress, he really emphasizes that she's from Barcelona. And I don't know why, but it makes me laugh every time.
I can't stand her haircut.
Oh, her haircut is terrible. Speaking of terrible, shout out to the video for being a little pixelated here. This must be a Japanese video.
Must be.
Because I'm glad we're back to the Love Shack Tarangreal.
Oh my. Okay, so this is either a how question, like if Moron's not allowed back in the tower, like did she pack up her traveling sex Tarangreal to like take it with her? And Swan still has hers, and that's how that would raise all types of questions, right? Like,
yes, if you have instant
not the least of which how they were basically opposed to each other at the end of the last season, unless that was their whole design, which would make for all kinds of stupid.
You're thinking this is another fake out?
Did they fake out their fight? Like, if I was Lan, I'd be pissed off because he got thrown against a fucking wall.
Right? Like he got his ass beat.
But if they're still doing it, I'm kind of, how did she get here without the Tarangreal from season 1 that got her here? Unless she took it with her, which then begs the question, like, why did you leave it behind?
The first time, yeah.
The first time. Like, doesn't matter. Don't care. This is not it. It could be from her vision, like of alternate lives. Like maybe it's in that.
That's my prediction. Is that this is given you took an alternate life, one in which you stopped giving a shit about the world and just decided to make out with Sawan in your fuck hut. Like that's my prediction.
Okay. You're predicting character consistent scissoring. I'm predicting character inconsistent stupidity.
Yep.
All right.
Perrin and what I'm assuming is Fail.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me if Fail is like a child. And from
she behaves like one, but
no, she doesn't. She behaves like a lunatic. I don't know children as insane as Fail. I've been listening to like those chat. She's nuts, and Perrin turns into the worst fucking character at the end of Lord of Chaos and continues on for the rest of the series. He's it's a sad thing.
He certainly got put in a holding pattern from 7 to 9. I would certainly agree.
So bad. Oh, we missed
other Elaine. I think this is Tigran.
But why? I know we see it later, but like it could be. But from what everyone's been speculating about this, like, why? Like, what's with the headband and all the like? And for one, she looks nothing like the actress that they had do the stunt stuff for Tigraine in season 1. I
don't know. I do think this is Elaine's actress. So, this is I can't imagine this is Morgaze.
No, I think Morgaze has been cast, and she's like 50.
Yeah, that was my understanding as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. Of all of them, this is maybe the most confusing for me.
Elaine decides to put on a fucking headband. That's this stupid scene.
I mean, is it really that simple? Elaine goes undercover in Tanchico to look for something?
Oh God, maybe that's it. Like, you remember how she basically wore veils in Tanchico to trying to blend in? Maybe they don't do the veils in Tanchico at all. Maybe it's a headband.
Maybe they do like bad, like half turbans.
Yeah, maybe they do like do-rags in Tanchico. But because the veil stuff would be so difficult, especially because like one of the best parts of the whole series is that Elaine is like the only one who has a problem with veils, because she has her nose in the air all the time that she fucking inhales them. So instead of doing that, they're just going to be like, we're going to go to Tanchico. We're going to dress like the locals. And they give them headbands, do-rags. I'm going to say do-rags from now on, because that's probably hip and gangster and with it.
I like that Tanchico is just basically this gypsy town now.
No, it's black gangster rap. That's Tanchico.
There are
probably people with like boom boxes on the side. Maybe they got boombox Terangrial giving you like sick beats, and we'll hear like some Dr. Dre in the background. That'll be Tanchico.
If they make Elaine a Crip, it will save the series.
Or Blood. Even though you paused it that quick, can still see the moles.
Right. So sassy Egwene. I think this ugly. Is fake out Egwene.
Uglier somehow. I don't know how. Could be a fake out in the waist. Don't care.
Jane, it's called The Wall, okay?
Oh, God.
But, yeah, I think this is a fake out. I don't think this is actually her for what it's worth. But I do think this gives credence to the fact that she is in the waist.
At least in someone's vision.
Yep.
That's how I feel.
I don't know why Rand is screaming. Right? Literally me, for real, for real. This is Jonduin finding Tigraine and the baby missing.
Interestingly enough, I just kind of listened to the section where they talked about, or Perrin in A Crown of Swords early on talked about kind of his impression of Aiel. None of them wore a beard. None of them had his kind of itch irritation with beards. They were all clean shaven. So the fact that they show an Aiel with a beard, it's fucking stupid.
Agreed. I believe this is women shredding each other, because this is definitely Leandrin, and that is definitely the back of Alana's head.
Oh, now it's changed for me. I just want to note on the earlier shot how Tigraine / Shael's pants weren't shredded, even though she apparently gave birth already.
Yeah, she shoved that kid out, and yeah, that was.
Yeah, right into her drawer, like pulled down her pants just for that, pulled them back up, no issue.
Yep.
Yeah, this is Leandrin in this shot in Tar Valon, and we see the back of Alana's head. which I think most men in the Wheel of Time universe have seen at one point or another. Because she's a notorious blowjob giver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking back shots, but it can be both.
Yep.
Two Rivers Perrin, I assume.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay, he's got armor. Okay.
He does indeed have armor. This is definitely Alana crying over the frigid black water.
Or Maxim, or both.
It's not the frigid gay water.
But he is the stand-in for the one that died, right? Because Alana had two warders, right?
Ivan died.
And Owen. Owen's
Yeah.
the one that died.
I thought Ivan was the one that died.
No, Ivan lived. Maxim is the made-up one. And they made him up as a stand-in for Owen, which is the one who got shot by White Cloaks in the Two Rivers.
Really? I thought. Yeah. I don't know why I'm questioning you on this, but I'm going to look this up.
All right, you can pause the video and be like, all right, just be like, read. 5 seconds later, oh, Dain was right.
Last appears from Winter's Heart. Fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, as my wife says, I should not be questioning you on this, and you are 100% right. But sad Alana, if only I gave a shit.
And we don't.
Well, at least now we know where the third one went.
All right.
But
definitely Moiraine vision watching Rand get stomped on by the Forsaken, who apparently have all decided to work together.
No. So what this shot, you might have to freeze frame a little bit later, but going right to left across the screen, we got Rand, Egwene, Nynaeve.
What?
Yeah. These are Darth versions of our main characters.
All right, I'm going frame by frame here. You tell me.
All right, we can pause here for a bit because we saw that there was.
You're right. That does look like
in the middle.
Yeah.
So this is a dark vision where we see our main character, who is Moron, concerned about everybody else, right? Who could turn to the dark side, kind of shit. Because this is a show about fucking Moron.
Is that Matt wearing a skirt?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Keep going. Right. Keep going. What you need to get is a shot where the lightning flash basically illuminates everybody else. There are a couple coming up.
It's not this one?
No. And from what I'm seeing, that's a little bit too blocky as well to cut. So, this is a good one. Okay. So what we got.
That's Avienda on Lanfear's left.
No. What we got here is Rand on the furthest right that we see. Then Egwene with her stupid fucking Shan-Chan braid. Then we got Nynaeve in an even stupider outfit. Then we got Lanfear. Then we have Matt. Then we have Elaine.
Mogideon, and Perrin.
I believe you got Mogideon and then Perrin.
Wow, that is so shit. I thought that was all the Forsaken. No, that's even worse.
Yeah, it's dumber. If it was all the Forsaken, could have made sense, except for what the show had established about Mogideon and Lanfear being at odds, and all the rest about the Forsaken. But this is a dark vision of Moron, who's the beaten, bloodied person at the front of the screen. Being like, oh no, they've succeeded in turning everyone to the dark except me.
You're right, that is Moiraine. Wow, that's so much worse. Wait, are we sure that that's not Rand?
It's Rand on the right.
Why is our haircut so stupid?
Who cares? What if it's Rand? Why is he in a dress?
You're right. That's a dress strap. Wow, that's terrible. I give you kudos again. That I thought that was the Forsaken beating up Rand.
No, you're welcome or not.
Wow, that's so much worse.
Keep in mind too that that looks like it's in the ways, right? So
Yes, that was my first thought as well.
Yeah.
So this is Rand carrying Moiraine after either Rhuidean or a wild coke party.
Yep.
And that's it. March 13th.
Oh my God. It's like
It's close. We're on top of it. We're 3 months away.
the only freaking like silver lining to all this is like if deep state holdouts in the American government running shit because Joe Biden's an incapacitated dementia patient managed to provoke World War III with Russia and we all get nuked before March 13th. On the upshot, I won't have to see this.
God willing.
That's like my only saving grace about the end of the world. It's like
At least it'll
but
come.
Russia, if you start World War III and nuclear apocalypse, or if the USS, which I doubt with change of government, but if it happens after March 13th, I'm going to be super fucking pissed because I don't want to see a fucking single episode of this and then get nuked to oblivion.
Right? Can you imagine if we got nuked on April 20th? That would be fucking awful.
It would be. That would be the fucking worst. It's just like 8th episode of this fucking season. We just saw it all. And it's like, and now on top of all this, we got to die from radiation.
Right? Can you imagine like credits roll, you look out the window, and you see a mushroom cloud building up? Like,
You don't even have the chance to like go do something fun. Just like, all right, end of the world's coming. Let's like, fuck it.
right?
Let's go loose. Nope. The last thing I ever did was watch Wheel of Time season 3.
By Rafe Judkins. Oh man. So regardless, that is the White Cloaks haters guide to the Wheel of Time season 3 teaser trailer.
Complainers guide.